pushed the keyboard, maybe. Sorry, it might have been that I pushed the keyboard. All right. Lethal Enforcers, Night Trap Disc 1. Funny feeling these are not clean discs, but I just have a quick look. Oh, actually, no, Night Trap's pretty good. Rock Paintings, yeah, it's a disc that came with it. Okay, so that's not going to work. So we might need to just replace the laser there, but let's just bring back... Okay, so I have Rock Paintings and I have those ones. I'm going to just bring these back to the area. All right, we'll put Night Trap. Night Trap over there. Okay, let's switch it off. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us there's definitely a problem with the... There's definitely a problem with the drive. Now, the unfortunate thing is... Now, let's have a look here. Now, so that's good. Okay. So what do we do now? Well, we have limited options. I did move it. I moved it to the outer edge, and it didn't help. Sorry, I'm just going to move the... Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. Okay. Sorry, it just seems like the thing just doesn't seem to matter here. Okay, so let's just for a second move the put the laser under the scope just for sorry, not the laser, but the Rock Paintings. Yeah, let's just put the lens under the scope just for a second. Oh, that's the spindle. Okay. Yeah. That laser looks a little bit sick. Saying that. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a reflection or if it's a scratch. I want to go right down to this thing. Oh dear. So that's not good, is it? You're not going to get that off. You're not going to get that, won't come off in a coal wash. Yeah, so that's not going to be any good. Yeah, so that, I mean, if the laser, that's quite a scratch. So that laser probably needs to be replaced. Now, oh, interesting. So it is possible that this little, do you see this thing? It does look like it has its own little shedding. It has its own little shedding system, which I guess I didn't account for. Yeah, there's quite a bit of damage to that laser. Yeah, look, there's a full-on chip gone out of it. That's pretty crazy. Like, I mean, it's almost like you have to do effort to damage it to that level. With to scratch it to that level without actually wrecking it or really damaging the unit. Yeah, you could probably buff it out. Yeah, I mean, probably could, but like, how would you do it? Is the question. Now, tell you what we're going to do though. I mean, look, we're going to have to replace the laser. It sounds pretty simple. But what I want to do actually is I want to see if the laser is actually activating. Um, and to do that, I would have to turn off the lights in the garage, and we might be able to see it. So I want to just see if the camera picks up the light of the laser, just to see if the laser is even alive, right? So let's just have a quick look. I bet you it is. Okay. Okay, now I'm just switching off. Woo! All right. Okay, so you can go over there. You can go over there. One sec. So you can't see anything here now, but we're going to see if this laser tries to. Yeah, so there's nothing. The laser's moving up and down, but there's actually no thing now. When I turned off the lights yesterday, I could see the laser. So yes, not boding well for this laser. All right. So, what do we need to do? Well, if we want to replace the laser, first of all, we're going to have to just remove this screw. We may not, we will see, we may not need to remove the entire assembly to make this work. Let's just see what we've got. KSS-210A. All right, so that's good. So we know what that is. So just give me 1 second now. I have two. Don't trip in the dark, lazy get home. Yeah. Okay, let me just have a look at I just want to look up something. Uh-huh. Working on. All right, so to replace the laser, I'm just looking at the KSS-210. Okay. All right. So to replace this, what we'll need to do is just bring. Can we do this? Other screw for this. Okay. So let me. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So likely this is a laser problem. So let me just put this here. So if we want to remove the laser, we're going to have to pull out this for sure. And this for sure. Okay, so that gives us access to this. Now what's this? I guess we could pull that out, but we don't need to. Well, I guess we could. We kind of, do we need to? I guess it would be easier if I did that. But for the main thing I need to do here, I guess, is just to pull out the, I need to get this housing up. And so there's a couple of clips here, which I'm guessing is, oh, it pops the housing up. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then if I lift that up, will that bring up the housing? Oh, sweet. Okay. So that was pretty easy. I just had to pop the housing up. Now, okay. And then this is a KSS-210. So you can see it there written on it. KSS-210A. And that is the replacement that I got. So before we remove it, let's just have a quick look. Apparently there's a blob of solder I need to remove off of this thing too. Yeah, they're fairly cheap on AliExpress. Well, guess where I got these from? I got these on Amazon. I was so surprised because normally I would have to, go and order them off AliExpress. But I got them off Amazon, number one. And number two, I got them next day. So somebody has a little gig going where they've got lots of these stashed at home and they're just selling them, which is great. So, all right. So let's have a look. Yeah, this looks familiar. Yeah. Well, that looks very familiar to me. Super duper. So I think it's, we could keep this other one when we take it out. We could keep it as a spare maybe, just in case, like you said. I mean, maybe I could buff it out. I never tried to do that, to be honest with you. I've never tried to do that, but we could do it, I guess. And we could, but they're so cheap. They were like $10. It's like hardly worth bothering. But let's see if we can repair this one tonight. What do you think? Given, so two things I'm gonna say here. Number one, given there is, oh, let me pull off this little, can I pull off this cog too? Okay, let's leave that cog on. So two things here. Number one, no light from the laser, at least no visible light. Oh, I'm gonna need to calibrate it. Yeah, probably, maybe, maybe. Okay, so let's pull out the, sorry, so now I've got the little thing. It's greased, which is good. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Okay, and now I'm going to put this down. See where we go. All right, so let me. Okay, just gives me a little bit more stuff to work with. So let me see, how did that go in there? I'm just trying to see now how I how how do I get this out of here? I don't want to damage it when I'm putting it back in. Is there a trick? Is there a trick to getting this out? Because if there's a trick, well, I mean, my guess would be the trick is remove this white. Can I get that out of there? I wonder if that's the trick. Okay, give me a second. Okay, one thing would be a real shame if I break this. I mean, I feel like that's what it wants me to do, but it wants me to take that off. But yeah, I feel like I do need to take that off, but it's okay. Let's see. What about the rail? The rail is gone. The rail is over here. I took the sled off. Um, yeah, it does look like maybe this thing is supposed to come off somehow. Yeah, I don't know that this is okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, interesting. Lot of dried oh, interesting. Quite a bit of dried stuff there. Okay, so there you go. That's it out. Okay. And then I'm gonna just put this here. Okay, interesting. I mean, it's definitely better. So I'm just looking at the other one under the scope. Yeah, I think those a lot of those lights are a lot of those little marks are lights. So let's just put it in, see what we get. There we go. Now, what's interesting is, like I said, let me just give you a quick look here. This is the sled that came off, and you see all this grease here is dried. All right, so I'm going to clean that and put some new grease on it. Um, so let's do that. So I'm just going to brush out the grease, and then I've got some new grease for it. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me just see how this goes. Okay, so that's what we'll do when we put in the sled. Okay, so let's get the grease on it first. So there we go. And now we're going to get the little greaser upper. All right. There's my little grease machine. And then we're going to move back to the overhead. Okay, so this is special synthetic grease, especially for this kind of thingamajig. And we're going to put it kind of all around here like this. Obviously not on the center one. Well, yeah, it looks tasty. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, and we're also going to put some grease on the sled. What we'll do is we will clean the sled first, get some alcohol, and then we will grease the sled. Okay, so this is the sled. This is what the thing travels on. And I'm going to just dip it in this, and then I dipped it in the actual stuff, and now I'm going to just go like this. So, all right. All right, okay. And then we're going to put that in there. Okay, 1 sec now. Okay, now I got to just clean myself up. Get that grease off of me. Did I remove the anti-static blob? Well, of course I didn't. Why would I do that? Why would I do that, chat? God damn. Okay. I think it's that one. Sorry. Whoops. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do that now. That was my bad. All right. Yeah, so there's the anti-static blob. And of course I didn't remove it. Why would I remove it? Why isn't this new laser working? Yeah. God damn. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm a little tired, so maybe that's the excuse, chat. That's what I'm saying. That's my excuse right now. Thanks for reminding me. And yeah, good for remembering. I guess maybe you've done this before, because I haven't. So One of us has done this before, and it isn't me. Or maybe, I don't know if you remember me saying it or you've done this before, but that was a good catch because, you know, I have a funny feeling that like this might take me a minute to get it all back together, and then like lo and behold, there'll be some other issue and I'll screw up the solder blob. Sorry here now. I'm just kind of messing about. All right. Okay. Good catch, chat. Thank you. Okay. Now, sorry. Just gonna move it back to the overhead. Yeah, good enough. Exactly. Yeah. Now sled. Well, 1 second now. Just let me just check this for a second. Do I have this right? I think that's correct. And then I just need to turn it upside down. So it's a little tricky. It's just it won't go down on the actual thing. So I just need to. Ow! Ooh! Ouch! Okay. So, okay. So let's just see where we're at with this. Very interesting way to keep the sled down. Okay. Now, I mean, there is always the risk that we could end up with oh dear, did I screw this one up actually? Oh no, no, it's okay. Sorry, I was going to just say that like I might have screwed up by not inserting the. Sorry, so I'm just trying to put in the Okay, so that goes in there. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the cable is in. It would seem that this is correct. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Might have broke something. Let's have a look. Yeah. I did not see that ribbon. I crimped something. Oh, thread locker. Yeah. Potentially that would be a good idea. I tell you what though, I think I've broken this laser. Yeah, I have. God damn. Yeah, I broke the laser. I'll show you what I did just so other people don't make the same mistake. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so, well, at least it wasn't a $50 laser. That's a shame. Okay, let's take it off. And yeah, it's not worth testing it now because of what I did to it. So I'll just take it out and show you what mistake I made. That was a screw up. So I'm going to be very careful with the next one. It was just when I was plugging in the thing, I heard a crack, and I was like, "What is that?" And then I looked down, and I had broken the ribbon. So hey, look, you live and learn with this stuff, I guess, But that's a real shame now because look, you bought two, because I figured I'd have a couple to replace. Um, and now, okay, well now that comes off a little better, which is good. Okay, so take the sled, put that over there, and I'll switch over to the thing. I'll show you what I did. It'll be very obvious the mistake I made. I'll turn on the power again so we can take the blob off the next one. So this is the mistake I made. All right, see it there? When I was trying to put in the yeah, so when I was trying to put in the I was trying to push this in, and then I was pushing on it from the back, and I never saw this, and that was the end of that. All right, so that's a trash. Although you know what would be interesting is can you swap the lenses out? Um, we know this ribbon is bad, but could we swap the lens out? Maybe. Who knows? All right. Well, that was a shame. Now we know how to fit a laser, though. Maybe we can just make a better FPC soldering. I mean, God. So that was a mistake. I might order another couple of these, just depending on what we see. So there we go. Just be very careful of this in the future. Okay. Okay, so here's another new one. All right. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go take the blob off of this one too. So that was a real rookie mistake there, Mick. Rookie mistake. Really just you hate to see it. You hate to see it, but that's what happened, and that's just a real shame. But luckily, not $100 lens, not a really expensive lens. But you see that like replacing and messing with these units, you could really easily kind of screw them up, And that's what I did. All right, so let's go and just see can we wick this off. All right, there we did. That's fine. Okay. Unit off. Okay. Unit on. Okay. Can we put this in before we go under? So here's what I did. Look, you see? See what I did? I was pushing this down. and it's just really, it's a real easy thing to do. Now there we go. So that one, there's that one in. Let's do the other one, which is around here somewhere. Must be. Where's the other one? Where is the other one? Oh, it's around from the back here. And that goes into this side. And again, you just have to be really careful, I guess, you know. Let me just see what that looks like. Well, that is not gone in. Okay, so now it's gone in. All right, so now I tried not to touch that from a... All right, let's put the sled on. All right, there we go. And then let's fit our little cog. Push down this guy, and there we go. There we go. All right, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So that was good. I mean, like, I think what happened there was we got a lesson in how not to fit a laser, or how, like, at least, you know, and then how to fit a laser, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, and then we should be able to go back here and just put that there. Actually, let's just get this up. Yeah, okay. And clip this down, just like the other one. Okay, so that looks reasonably, it looks like a reasonably good job, right? Okay, now what we will do is we will get our grounding screw, and we'll ground the CD drive to the chassis. Okay. All right. You know what'll be interesting now is if we switch this on. Let's move this laser over here. So now we've got multiple bad lasers with this laser, that laser, the other laser. What would be interesting here is if we switch this unit on and we do see like a laser light. So that would be cool, wouldn't it? So from yesterday, obviously we had very little luck with things. Okay, let's turn off the lights and see if we get a laser like this. Oh no. I mean, okay. All right, it's funny because I mean, so first of all, the laser light is not necessarily supposed to be visible to the human eye. It's just that I was able to see it in the dark the last time, and you know that's kind of my point of reference. So let's see. Let's go with rock paintings to see what happens. Oh no, is that broken again? right. Okay. Does that mean that that other laser might have been good? Hard to know. Let's just bring this all the way back here. Move it all the way back in the sled. Hmm. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so still not working. Okay, that's all right though. Let's go back. Let's put the rock CD over here. Let's we might be into because now we're into CDs, right? So oh sorry, we're into like CD debugging. So it's gonna be a little different. Okay, well, good news is we have a new laser in there, so that's probably not a bad thing. The bad news is that I no longer have my little unit here. One, two, 1, 2. Yeah, okay, so I plugged out my thing by accident here. Okay. Oh, this is a shame. All right, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Okay, so what can we do? So unfortunately, that unit. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna try another approach here. I just want to go and try this game capture card again from another socket. I wonder if this new overhead camera might be a little bit more. Just going to switch to integrated camera for a second. Okay. All right. Sorry. I might need to restart the stream again. I'm sorry. I just don't know what's going on. It's still doing nothing. Still doing nothing. So what I think it might be is I'm going to just take a look at the ribbons, the ribbon cables themselves, just to see if there's any damage to the actual unit. It could be that the laser was changed, you know, some other time, and then you know, that there's something else wrong. Actually, let me just spindling laser right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick look with the magnifying glass and some torch just for a second, just to see if there's anything unusual. And mainly what I'm trying to look for is if there's any frayed wires or something like that, you know. Maybe this wire might have got caught, or like this wire here is always moving. Now, I don't know which is power, but let's just what if one of the laser wires got frayed or damaged? Because they moved to a ribbon at a later date. Now, of course, I'd have to take the whole thing apart to figure that out. But I might have to do that anyway. So, you know, maybe it's just a case of... So it could well be the case that this was working, and then you know, it could well be the case that this was working. Okay, so definitely this has been apart. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but you know, but I wonder if this was apart and then something was damaged. Oh, sorry, here's another screw. So again, it says might need oscilloscope adjustment, but the thing is that what worries me is that I don't see any laser light at all, and I feel like we could get out the other one here and just take a quick look at it and check it and just make sure that we should see a laser light and that I'm not dreaming. Okay, so a quick look here. Okay, well, Q301's not been replaced on this board. It also looks like the caps haven't been touched. Yeah, I don't think this board's ever been worked on, or not in any major way anyway. Okay, we just have a quick look. Oh, I know what we can do. Okay. So we're going to do two things. So this is our one we're trying to fix. Okay, I'm going to take this one out. Okay, now we're going to put this over here. Now we have. Let's check it out. This is the good. This is the you know. This is the good news, or the good thing about having some spare boards that work. And this is the one that we took apart, and we took this apart, and then we were looking at the voltages on it. So this is the one that we read all the voltages from, right? So what I'm going to do now is this one, okay, is sitting right here. Okay. And what we're going to do is we are going to plug this one in. We're going to jerry rig this one a little bit. We're going to plug it in and switch it on. Okay, so give me 1 sec here. All right, we're going to jerry rig this one a little bit. Switch it on. See if this one gives us laser light. Now, if this one gives us laser light, then what we can do is swap in the other board onto this one because this drive definitely works. Okay, so let's just see. Okay. Actually, let me just switch this off. Sorry, this one has a sticker on it so that it constantly reads open. The door is closed. Yeah. Okay. So you see this drive works. Now let's just turn it off. Okay. So what does that tell us? So that tells us this unit's good, and it tells us that the drive is good. Okay. So now let's put in the other motherboard and see will the other motherboard drive this unit. And if the other motherboard won't drive the unit, then we know it's the drive. Oh, sorry, we know it's the motherboard. Okay, so this is working. Oh, okay. So this is the drive we replaced. Okay, sorry. This is the drive we just replaced the laser on. So I'm just going to write on it replace laser because there's so much stuff going on around here now that it's getting out of hand. So I'm going to write down I'm just going to put a sticker on this one that says new laser. Okay, now let's take this. I'm starting to get stuff starting to get out of control now, so I'm losing the run of my stuff. So this one now, this is the motherboard that we. It's a new laser, but I need to get this. I need to get this choke out of it. So to get this whole unit out, I need to pull this choke. And pulling that choke is actually not as straightforward as you might think. I need to do it in a way that's not going to damage the wires or whatever. But there is there's a little clip here. I'm just going to use this to get it out. All right, so that kind of gets it up on this side. There it is. Okay, so now this is my drive with the new laser, right? So I'm going to move this over here. We just replace this drive. And now here is a working drive. This is a drive. This is the drive that just spun up a few minutes ago. So we know that this drive is good. We know this drive is good. So what that means is that if this doesn't spin up, well, we know there's a problem with the board. I'm going to have to go look at the board to see what's wrong. All right. All right. Okay, so I've got that there. All right, what are we going to do? Put in rock paintings, I guess, and let's put this up and see what happens. Guessing RF amp. All right, well, let's see. Oh. RF amp. Okay, well, if we get out the sorry, if we get out the, all right. Oh dear. Well, it's actually good. Hmm. Boo. Should I swap out the board? You know what I could do? I could measure all of the signals here. Like I could measure all of these signals on the pins. Oscilloscope time, yeah. And that's kind of what was written on this, wasn't it? What did he say? Power's on, disc won't spin, may need oscilloscope adjustment. No SHIT. Okay, may need oscilloscope adjustment, but let's take this off for a second. But if it is going to be oscilloscope adjustment, we're talking about voltages that are going to have to be monitored on this thing. Let me just get out the fluke for a second. That is a bit of a pain now, because let me see here. Okay, so this is chassis. All right. Okay, 246. Two, 459, 0. Interesting. So all of these, sorry, all of these measure 246 except for 1, 2, 3, 4, which measures 0. Okay, so they all measure 246, every single pin. Now let's do this pin. Well, obviously it's oscillating, right? Well, it's not oscillating, it's just decreasing. 0. thing is, I don't know what each of these ribbons does. Okay. Yeah, it does look a little bit like oscilloscope time, but give me 1 second here. What a shame. I just want to just check this with 0. So 246, and that's 0, 1. It doesn't change. Does not change. And do these change? Oh no, 4, 9. Yeah, so that first rail, whatever that is, just seems to be some sort of power rail. It's just all right, so like you said, we might need to break out the oscilloscope. But what would be a second? Slightly different board again. It's a slightly different board to this one. Yeah, but all the CD pieces are on it. Oh, hang on. I think you need to look elsewhere since even with a bad eye, it is still trying to spin. Oh, sorry. Well, yes, but wouldn't it not be on these but wouldn't it not my sorry, my assumption is that one of these one of these is bad, at least. Like one of these inputs. Because this is sort of like what is controlling the CD. And this is this is the good unit. This is the good CD player. So my guess is that some signal from here is not getting through. So you were saying like, RF amp, which, so I'm trying to just take the voltages here. Like I've got 246 here, 246, then I got 5 volts, then I've got no volts, and then 246 all the way up. Sorry. All right, so that's kind of what I was kind of guessing at. So give me 1 second. I just want to. So when you look at the pins here, I'll show you what I mean. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this one is 5 volts. Oh, sorry. This one is 5 volts, pin 3, and this one's 0 volts. And the rest are 246. So that's what I was kind of getting at, was there's let me just double check that now. Yeah, 0 and 4.9. Yeah, so pin, like whatever this is, like 1, 2, 3. So 3 is 5 volts, and then 4 is 0 volts. And then if I keep going up, right, let's just see 0, 6. Yeah, look at that, see? Close it, this gets 1.2. When I close, see 1.3 gets 1.3 on pin 1. So then if I move up, right, so this one is 1.3 closed. And then what's this second one? Nothing closed and nothing open. And this one is 0.05 and then goes up to 0.202 volts closed. So this one is 0. And then this one, third one, what's the third one? 0.220 closed. 0.220 closed. Right? So, because you see what I'm doing? I'm just going to go through each of them and then what's this? 0, 0.4, 0.220, 0.220, and 0.220 closed, right? So again, 0.220 closed. All right, and then let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll 5, 5. 4. Whoa. It's all over the place, closed. So, I mean, that one needs to scope. Okay, so that could be maybe a focus or something. So that one must be focused because yeah, that must be the focus voltage. So that's pin 5. So pin 5 is variable. I mean, put that on the scope, but the pin 5 is probably the scope. Var voltage. So this is pin 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 0 volts. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's just see how far we get. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pin 6. This is 008, and then it goes points. It's doing something. Okay, it's doing something. 0.08, and then it stops. Okay, so pin 6. Pin 6 is 0.08 volts, variable. Okay, and then we'll go 7 and 8. We'll keep going. And 7. Also the same deal. Okay, and then 8. 0.5. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we could definitely look at that one. .2. So this one is so 7. Also 0.08 volt variable. And then pin 8 has a 2.2 spike variable. Now, I mean, I know that this is not, I'm not going by the service manual here, but this is just kind of help me narrow down which of the signals is bad. And it'll let me learn a little bit too. So, okay, now we're going to go in here on this one. This one is 0.001. So it seems to sit at 0. So 001 to 003 and back down again. Okay, so then this other one. So this is pin 1. I want to say 0.001 to 0.003. Okay. Okay, and then the second pin, 001, 003. And the third pin, 003, 004. And this pin, 0. So let me just go. So pin 1, 2, 3, 4. So then this is 0.003. What was pin 3? So pin 001, 3. This is 0.005. 0.005. This can go on Mickey's Wikipedia. And then 4 is nothing, just totally empty. Maybe it's a ground. This one has so pin 5 is 0.054. This is 0, and 5 is 0.054. And then what's pin 6? And then that'll be it. And then we can have a look and see. It will narrow down then which part of the board is busted. 0.006. 0.006. Okay. All right. So let's kill the board. Let's take out this. Put this over here. The meter over here. And now we definitely need to, this is the good laser. So I have to mark this laser good too. All right. So let's mark this laser good. That means the other one could be good too. And in fact, the one that we took out could have been good, although the laser was badly scratched. So for $10, we don't mind replacing that one. Okay, so we're just going to put good here because we're starting to swap stuff around at such a rate that things are being lost. I'm going to say bad CD driver. Okay, so then this one is bad CD driver. Okay. Now, so now no matter what I move around, at least I know what I'm dealing with. So now we'll bring bad CD driver back over here. Now let's start probing for, let's do the good signals. Okay, so now so now we're going to put this guy back in here. I'm going to reconnect this guy. Now we're going to just now we're just going to probe this one for good. Okay, so that's all right. Let's just put all of this in here. Funny looking. Okay. All right, now let's go and put this guy back in here. Actually, it's not too bad. That's only a little bend. I want to put something under there though. Let's put that there. Okay. Let's put in rock paintings. Put the magnet on there. And then let's try that. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, so we know this one is now, we know this works. All right, so now what we can do is we can get a ground reading off of this. It's going to be a little tricky, but well, I guess we can get a ground reading here, maybe. No. Used to get a ground reading. See if we can use this one. Oh, this is, yeah, okay, one sec. Where's the, there it is. Okay, so let's just put you in there. Okay. All right. Now let's go reading our voltages. All right. Two, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. This one should be either 5. Yeah, 5. This one should be 0. 0. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. All right. Next set. 1.3 volts closed. 1.85. 0 volt. Okay, it's probably a ground. 0220. 0210. Huh. This one. Pin 4 says 0.02 instead of 0220. This one says 0.024 volts. Pin 4. Okay, let me just do that. So pin 4 here, it says 022 will close, but on the other one, it's it's on the working one, it's 0.024. So this is W for working. So that's pin 4 is different. Okay, all right, so let's keep going. Var volt focus, yeah. Yeah, all right, that's fine. 6.08 volts. And 0.19. 1.01, yeah. Yeah, variable. Okay. 0.08 variable. Okay, well, there's definitely signal coming in on that one. And then the last one, 2.2 spike. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Didn't operate the same though. It's a 1.35. There it is. It goes back. Okay, let me just do it again. Sorry. Yeah, okay, 2.2 spike. 3 volt spike. Okay. That one seems to be doing okay. All right, so this one, 0.001 to 0.003. Okay, that one's all right. 0.003. This next one, 0.005. Oh, nothing. Pin 5. Well, pin 4 should be 0. Okay. But here also pin 3 is 0. Okay. So that is different. So there's no voltage on pin 3 in the working one, but there is on the non-working one. Okay. Okay. And then 0.05 volts. Slightly different, 0.002. Okay. And then last one, 0.004. Okay. So this one is, there is a difference here on pin 5, so 0.002. All right, so, and let's just double check this again, just make sure this is the one that works. Yeah, okay. Actually, do I want to try? Just give me a second here. So, does that mean my other, I just want to try the other drive. Let's see if that other drive works. So this is the one with the good laser. This is the one we just switched out. We just switched out this laser. So let's just check if this drive is good. Okay. Because that would just mean we've got another good laser. We just got a bad board. All right. Hmm. Interesting. Let's do this again. So let's see if this. Interesting. Let me just adjust the. Let me see if I can just very slightly adjust the laser. Sorry, I'm just trying to slightly adjust it here. But I think I might need the bigger. Okay, I'm just going to just adjust the laser ever so slightly in one direction. Just to see. Hmm. Yeah, so that drive. I guess it could be the motor. And let's just, for 1 second, turn off the lights and just see if I can see the laser. Okay. Just for a second here, let's just pull this, right? So strange. Oh, because there could be more than one thing wrong with that. Let's just bring this laser out. Put this laser in. There could be more than one issue here. Yeah, look at that. That laser didn't see the lasers lighting up. So you see it? So the laser is coming on this one, but it doesn't actually come on the other one. Unless I put the wrong stuff in. Can these go in the wrong way? I don't think they can. Okay, so these, yeah, okay. Well, let's just see. Let's see what way they have the other one. I guess it's possible that I wired it incorrectly, did I? Oh dear, maybe I did do it the wrong way. Did I? I might have, I did. I did remove the anti-static block, but I think, I think I think I made another mistake with this. I think my mistake with this one is different. I mean, I could have toasted the laser now. I don't know what I did, but I think I might have made a mistake with the how I plug this one in. So let me just see now if this makes a difference. Just make sure that I did do that right. Yeah, this looks like it looks like I plugged in the harnessing correctly. So look, hey, look, I got 5 of these, right? So these kind of mistakes are manageable. Okay, so I don't know what the hell's going on here. All right. All right, now let's see what happens. Well, what do you know? That's a working laser, and now I might have actually turned it up too much, so that might be not a good idea. I changed the intensity of it slightly, so let's just see if it works. All right. So we've got 2 working laser units now. That's good. So both of those drives are working. So that's a good sign. I think what I need to do now is, yeah, okay, let's kill this one for a second. Okay, all right. Oh, yeah, the light bouncing off the disk. Yeah, I know. It's pretty bad. Okay, so we know that this drive is working now. It spins. So, and by the way, it may have spun before. So now we have this other, we have this guy working too. Okay, move the Genesis off. So we know that this board is good. And we're going to move that board over there. So now we're kind of back to this board. And so now we have to go CD troubleshooting. It's a bit late to be doing, but what we will do is we'll just take a quick look at the service manual just to see what is the tips. What are the tips in the service manual for doing that? Okay, so I'm going to, yeah, so what's the tips in the service manual for doing that? All right, so let's have a look. Oh, did I kill? Well, that's a shame. 1 second here. Oh dear. Looks like I killed my paste bin. Oh, that sucks. Uh, well, I have a video of it, so I don't need to worry about it. So that's okay. 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 All right. So I just need to go get that Sega Mega CD service manual, the regular one, so we can take a look at the steps. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's see, do we get a laser coming on? So this is good. Where is, here it is. Let's see, do we get a laser coming on this one with this board? So now that we have, you know, good. We know this drive works. You know, the harness is probably good. We just know now that we know the harness is good. We just know that there's something else wrong with the board. So if we do this and then we plug in the Genesis, and we'll just see, do we get a let's see, do we get a, let me just do an overhead. I just want to see, do we get laser light on this this one? Okay, see, does it power the, no. Yeah, so no power to the laser. All right. What about focus? Does it try to focus? Yeah, tries to focus, but with no laser. Laser's not switched on. All right, so it tries to focus, but the laser's not switched on. So let me just kill this and remove the Genesis. And yeah, let's just this back over here. And let's see what's going on. So it's good. We did fix a yeah, I was going to say that the adjustment jig, right? What is the adjustment jig? I'm also curious. I did look it up, didn't find anything. So uh never I do wonder, yeah, what is the adjustment jig? Only Sega engineers will know. Okay, CD drive test equipment. So there's an adjustment jig, oscilloscope, 20 megahertz, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Voltmeter, test CD, Sony Type 4. Wow, it'd be interesting. Imagine all this is at the Sony or the Sega engineering department. Setup for adjustment, blah, blah, blah. Tracking gain. Okay, so we know the laser works. We know the board is bad. So we have got to go down here now to okay, all right. So we've got to go down, replace yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. Okay, take a look at read-in flowchart. Laser on. IC 402 pin 29. 5 volts means the laser is on IC 402 pin 29. Right. Dutch, Phillips, yeah, that's right. Laser on, focus search, IC 403 pin 7. All right, so focus servo on, make a disk rotate. So there's no laser. So laser on is IC 402 pin 29. Power on. Does the control picture, does the cursor move? Does check the control, does the counter, does the cursor move? Yeah. Does the disk rotate? Yes. No, refer to page 12. Does the pickup lens move up and down when switch 401 is set from on to off? Yes. Is the laser lit for 2 seconds? No. Does IC 40429 become 0 volts from 5 volts for about 2 seconds? Yes. Check Q401's peripheral circuits. The 8-pin cable and pickup. All right, well, I mean, we don't need to know. IC 404 faulty. Okay, well, what was it back up here? IC 402 pin 29. Hookup moves to inner edge, yeah. Okay, so laser on. No laser light. Does IC 404 no. Does IC 40429 become 0 volts from 5 volts for about 2 seconds? No. Does IC40444 become 0 volts? No. Check the connections, IC402. Focus circuit flowchart. Right? This is a focus circuit, then there's the tracking circuit, then there's the disk circuit, feed circuit. Just when it's a signal generator, yeah, probably. What's IC404? Mecha Control Minicom CD section. CD section. Clock. So this is Mecha Control IC404. But what was the very first one that it's talked about? IC402 pin 29. So what's IC402? Whoops, sorry. IC402 pin 29. IC402. What is this? IC401. IC403. Where's 402? 402. RF amp. You called it CXA 1081. CXA 1081. Okay. CXA 1081. Let's have a look. The RF amp is gone. Be the first time I've seen that. But I mean, doesn't mean anything. Seen a lot of things for the first time here. 1107. Okay. I have to call it soon. Um, oh, this is interesting. Why is that so? Lots of ICs is right. CXA 1081. CXA 1081. Can't even see this freaking thing. Sanyo CXD. It's an NEC one. There it is. CXA 1082. Oh, no, it's a servo signal IC. Sorry, can you see where you are? One of these must be right. Okay. Yeah, these are a pain to work on. CXA 1081N. Yeah, there it is. So it's this one. This one right here. Now, what pin we talking? Okay. So CXA 1081, IC402. It says up here, check the laser. It says IC402 pin 29. 4 laser on IC402 pin 29. Okay. Let's just go down. We got to find that pin. I'm just going down to. Sorry, you looking at what I'm looking at? No, you're not. IC402. All the pins, all these things are here. IC402. Let's just keep going down here. C104, SCSI CD-ROM, CMOS 402, 402. Programmable ROM, IC112. $401. $402. Top view 016. Okay. Oh wow, that's quite a complicated little thing. 29. Laser diode on off switching. LD on. Okay. All right. 29. So So 29 is, I see it. I see it. I'll have to go under. Oh, well, I see. Like, it's gonna be quite. I don't think I can probe that when the Genesis is on it. Yeah, so this is where this gets a little tricky now because you have. I have to do another thing now to switch this on with the Genesis on. I haven't done this in a while. But this is the. Sorry. Overhead, live scene overhead. So pin 29 is over here. Pin 29. Pin 29 is this one right here. Oh, sorry. This one right here. That's pin 29 because there's the circle and there's pin 29. So that is it right there. Now let's see, can I probe that while the Genesis is on? Just see. Let's just leave that there for a second. It looks like I will be able to. Yes, I will. Okay, now. Okay. I'll need to move this back up here though. Okay, let's just leave that there for a second. Okay, so you can clearly see I can probe that while it's I can clearly probe that while the Genesis is on, which is good because the laser diode is important. So being able to do that's actually pretty cool. But what we will do now is, yeah, you'll be able to see it, I guess, upside down. I guess I could put it here, could I? I guess I could put it there. It's a little sketchy. It's a little sketcheroo. All right, let's leave it there. All right. Okay, so we need to find a ground here. There we go. Or we don't need, actually don't need the long one. Let's just go with the. I do need this for the other one though. So let me just make sure we have ground. All right, we're going to probe pin 29, which should be right there, and I can literally see it. It's a little tricky to get on it, but I think I'm on it right there. Okay, so let's now we won't see it. Oh. Oh, of course I just there. All right. So now it's off. It does spike to 5 volts, but then we lose it. Let's do it again. Why is that? Why is the what's kind of sketchy here is the focus isn't happening. Let me just do this again. Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay. Do it again. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to take it off there. Now, we're going to just maybe put this like this so that I can. All right, so because I have to be able to close the circuit here. Why is this not working? Okay, so 1 second now. Okay. So that is pin 29 that I'm on. Okay, let's just do pin 30 here for a second. Pin 30 is at 5 volts. This is pin 29. Goes down to 0. And then back. So that's interesting. Okay, so let's go back to the service manual again. So the service manual says that that should drop. Sorry, I might have to go to bed now in a minute, but does the pickup lens move up and down? No. Is IC4 or 444 at 0 volts? Okay, 1 sec. Check the control circuits, all right. Laser on. Yeah, so the laser comes on when it drops to 0 volts, right? But the light doesn't come on. So let's just check again. Right? No, sorry, that's not the light. That's the LED for the. Sorry, that's the LED. I should have just like removed that. That's not the LED for the CD player. Yeah, so see now it's focusing now, but there's no light from the laser. Okay, so it looks like the RF amp is operating correctly. The RF amp is operating correctly because it's dropping to 0 volts. Yeah, sorry, that's my bad. Uh, okay, I'm going to go to bed now shortly, but let's just go back in here for a second. So laser on. So this is to um, focus search. Yeah, focus search happens. Blah blah blah. That all works. We need to go deeper into the laser circuit. Does the pickup lens move up and down? Yes. Is the laser lit for about 2 seconds after switch 401 is set from on to off? No. Does IC 40429 become 0 volt from 5 volt for about 2 seconds? Yes. Check Q401's peripheral circuits, the 8-pin cable and pickup. Check Q401's peripheral circuits, the 8-pin cable and pickup. You're so lost. Yeah, it looks like the RF amp is working. So something else is going on. There might be some other sort of weird short or something going on, you know? Um, let's just plug it out for a second. Let's turn off the console. Have I taken this guy out of here yet? I haven't. Um, okay. Let me uh, let me just do a quick let me just do a quick sort of let me just do a quick sort of overview of this. Let me just have a look. I just want to look on the board and see if there's anything on the board. Something shorting something out. You know, like a tray, bad trace, something like that. Um, Caps look good, by the way. Something else here. So I could take this board off and see. You know, it's just really hard to see underneath it with the without the really hard to see things. Okay. Just looking underneath it here just to see if there's anything interesting. Fuse has changed, anything like that. Don't see anything obvious. Okay. Okay, we'll just take a quick look at it, and if we can't see anything obvious, we'll just call it night. Okay, there's the RF amp. That's factory, but that looks like it's like it's a covering for a cap. It's a covering for a cap. Okay, so the RF amp looks like it's okay. There's Q401. It said check peripheral of Q401. Whatever it means by that. Um, it doesn't look like the caps are particularly bad or anything like that. I'm just wondering if something like fallen on the board, you know? So what did it say? It said check Q401's peripheral circuits, the 8-pin cable and pickup. Well, there's Q401. But yeah, this one might be a little tricky. Right? You know, I don't see any busted traces though. Okay, so let's just go look underneath here. So this is, oh my God, just buses upon buses. Okay, so this would be, let me see, where's Q401? So Q401 will be here. Now what's interesting is, you see all those, see those pin legs. On one of these before, I found two pin legs that were touching. That, like, as an example, like they were kind of touching, like those, like that, and I had to cut them apart. Where even is Q41? I think it's this one. Um, Yeah, it was these two. See these two? I found those touching on another console. Okay. Okay. I have to say it wouldn't. It's not the most nicely baked board, is it? It's a few wobbly resistors and a few wobbly capacitors there. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? That's not weird, man. That's blown. That is not weird, man. That is blown. Oh, well, or it's either blown or it's a cold solder joint. Uh, or 450. That looks to kind of be sort of burnt a little bit. Does it not? Let's just get down on it a little bit further. 91 ohms. Well, why does it say 820 on it? Well, there's some sort of problem, I can tell you that. That's not good. But what is it though? What yeah, but where does that go? It says R40 yeah. It says R450 and R448. Well, it's definitely broke. Okay, give me 1 second here. What was it? R450. Oh Lord. Uh, um. You see, the thing is, it's the resistor that's close to those connectors. Close to the CD connectors. So I'm just wondering now. Where's IC 402? 450. I need to just see where are the connectors out to the CD-ROM? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking a quick look at this CD-ROM R450. It's definitely CD-ROM related. One second here. So it's R4 RCR. So it's R, C, and like R, I guess. Yeah, I mean that definitely looks hyper sketch. This looks like, I mean that looks funny, but definitely. I mean, definitely that's definitely not supposed to be like that. I don't know what's happened there. It just looks hyper sketch. Um, Tell you what, let's just see what we can do and just see what happens. All right. I'm just gonna. You saw what I did. I just or well, hopefully you did see what I do. R448, 33 kilo ohms. Okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It just that looks just so super sketch. So let's just see. Uh, just seemed like maybe if anything, it looked like maybe the sec now. Where's the sorry. Oh my God. If anything, it looked like the just some solder had dropped off. Maybe not. You know, maybe that's not what happened. Okay, so let's either way, let's hope for the best. Okay, let's move that drive thing back. Let's put on. Rage in the cage. Hello? You see, Master? You hang around here long enough, actually good things do happen. You hang around here long enough, good things do happen. You looking at this? How crazy. How crazy. So, I mean, good that we have a new laser, right? But yeah, that was a last minute fix that just okay, give me a second. I might just because I can't see anything because randomly press start and see what happens. Well, I can't do anything. Give me a second. I might have to restart the stream just for a sec. So this is fixed somewhat, all right. But I need to get the screen. Let's see if it'll